If I had to start cybersecurity from scratch, what would I do? Now, for me, I learned the extremely hard way. I was actually unemployed for about a year and a half. I did everything I could to try and land a job in cybersecurity, and then I finally landed one, and I didn't even apply. So, here are some things I would do if I could start over and maybe speed up the unemployment journey for past me and maybe for current you. So, I have a bachelor's degree in cybersecurity. I have a bootcamp certificate. I don't know what you call that. A bootcamp certificate in cybersecurity. And Security Plus, COISA Plus. I got all that and then landed a job. And then after landing the job, I got AZ900 and Network Plus. I skipped Network Plus in the beginning because I hated networking, and I was doing cybersecurity stuff without even knowing what a subnet was. So definitely no networking, but more on that in a second. So to get into cybersecurity, you don't really need a degree necessarily. If I could go back over and do it, I would not do a boot camp and I would not get a bachelor's degree. The things they teach you in cybersecurity in college are very outdated and are a little bit of a waste of time in my opinion, but that's just me. So, you're like, Maddie, college, ew. Boot camps, ew. What do I do then? Well, I'll show you. This is the cybersecurity roadmap. It's on roadmap.sh. Just look up cybersecurity roadmap in your browser and you will see it. But literally following exactly this and checking things off one by one is gonna get you really far, in my opinion. This has the same concepts as Security Plus, but laid out for you. If you want to delay Security Plus or just want to dip your toe in, I would definitely recommend following this roadmap. Not to say you don't need Security Plus, which you do for HR and getting past the good old non-technical hiring manager, but literally all this are awesome foundations. So we have cybersecurity, fundamental IT skills, computer hardware components, connection types and their functions, OS independent troubleshooting, understand basics of popular suites, basics of computer networking, which I said, very important. And then for networking, we have basics of subnetting, very important, as I did not know subnetting myself with a cybersecurity degree, which shows how weird college is, but besides the point. Public versus private IP addresses, localhost, subnet mask, default gateway, CIDR, understanding terminology, ARP, DHCP, DNS, IP, NAT, VLAN, router versus switch. Really good to know network topologies and how packets are made, how each layer stacks upon itself, and also within the OSI model as well. OSI model comes in extreme clutch when you're trying to understand all these concepts. Anyway, and it's actually down below under my head, understand the OSI model, which, yes, very important. And over here, we have troubleshooting tools, very important. NSLOOKUP, ipconfig, ping, dig, netstat, really important in troubleshooting. Help desk stuff really comes in clutch. Not to say clutch again, that's kind of cringe, but it does. And then authentication methodologies, Kerberos, LDAP, SSO, Radius, also really important. And then once you keep on scrolling down, you get into more of the security focused stuff. DDoS, Evil Twin, DAuth attack, Seam, SOAR, Parrot OS, Kali, Killchain, Diamond Model, things of that nature. So I would just say to go through literally all of this, literally cloud concepts, super good. S3, Dropbox, Google Drive, OneDrive, AWS, GCP, Azure, like, just go through this and just check everything off as you're learning. And then to get here, this link, roadmap.sh, and you can click it and it takes you to a bunch of roadmaps for roles, which is very useful. AI engineer, software architect, game developer, technical writer, and then skill-based roadmaps. Yeah, I would definitely recommend this. Let's look up AI engineer. front and back end full stack. What is an AI engineer? AI versus AGI, LLMs, OpenAI models. Very cool. Also, they have a prompt engineering roadmap, prompt injection, cybersecurity, hallucination, model weights and parameters, and an AI red teaming roadmap. Oh my God. Zero shot prompting, chain of thought prompting. Okay, I'm getting off track, but this whole website, very good. Now, for certifications, I would highly recommend Security Plus as your base. Definitely get Security Plus. Go back and get Network Plus if you want, but if you can actually prove that you know the foundational stuff of networking and OSs like configs, like that, then I'm pretty much golden, I think, as long as you have Security Plus, in my opinion. So now, one thing that I believe people in the cybersecurity industry and community really do not speak up enough about is how much you need to know M365 administration, at least in my experience. Because most likely, not to burst your bubble, but you will probably have to do help desk before getting into cybersecurity. Cybersecurity is not an entry-level job, contrary to what everyone tells you. So, M365 administration, everyone has M365. Everyone needs to provision users, groups, distribution lists, reset passwords, investigate phishing emails. Literally, it's all very, very boring, but it is a very good way to get your foot into the door. I would highly recommend getting a Microsoft certification or, Azure certification, whatever. This one's good. I haven't taken it myself because I've done M365 administration a lot. So I do have the work experience, but if you don't, but also if you do and you just want to take a certification, whatever. Microsoft 365 Administrator exam. I've not taken it, but it seems like you would take it if you needed to prove your M365 administrator skills. If anyone else has better certification suggestions, put them in the comments. And maybe you're thinking, Maddie, why haven't you mentioned A+? Well, it's vendor agnostic and everyone uses Microsoft, at least in my experience. I have not taken A+. My old boss suggested that I take A+, as I was analyzing logs and manually threat hunting and also doing sysadmin work. And I was like, why would I take that if I'm doing the work that it requires now? So yeah, vendor agnostic. I mean, you can go through it. Professor Messer, you all should know that man by now. He's a G. But Professor Messer always has videos on A+, Security Plus, Network Plus, things like that. So if you want to go through A+, watch his videos, take notes, but I would not suggest wasting your money on the A+. My personal opinion. Another platform I would suggest to learn on is TryHackMe. TryHackMe is awesome. They've sponsored me before. This one isn't sponsored, but I'm just shouting them out because they're cool. Cybersecurity training platform. You can go through lessons, do CTFs, which stand for Capture the Flag. You can really hone in your cybersecurity skills, and you get these little certifications to prove that you've completed a learning path, which is cool. There is also Hack the Box. Very good cybersecurity training platform as well. Kind of similar to TryHackMe, a little bit more advanced in the CTF and learning department. I would definitely do TryHackMe for beginners, just starting out, into intermediate, and then transition over to Hack the Box kind of once you get the hang of things. I do have a link I'll put in the description to sign up to Hack the Box. If you use my link and sign up and subscribe to one of their tiers, I do get a little kickback. So if you do sign up for Hack the Box and you're like, hey, I was going to sign up anyways, use my link. I would really appreciate it. So another thing I would do if I was starting over, you're learning, you got the fundamentals down, you got some certs, you got some labs, you're taking notes, big one there, take notes of everything you do. So after you have all your learnings, all your notes, whatever, I would post them onto LinkedIn, and your own blog. I was posting what I was learning on LinkedIn, things I was learning, cybersecurity stuff, hack the box, try hack me, badges, certifications I got. I was literally just posting anything and everything cybersecurity. And people started following along for the journey. Long story short, aka I have a longer video on my channel. I'll also link it in the description if you want to hear the full story. But long story short, I got the attention of a CEO, and he was like, hey, I love your blog. I love your write-ups, your CTFs, your projects, your home lab. Do you want to interview for this position? And that is actually how I got my first cybersecurity job. Did not apply, did not go through the standard process, but I was found on social media. If you don't post what you know, others will not know that you know it. You have to be loud. You have to be like, hey, I know this stuff. I'm doing this stuff. Look at what I'm learning. Isn't this so cool? You can learn it too. Here's the write-up. Here's the walkthrough, whatever. Knowledge share, and you'll garner the attention of recruiters, hiring managers, CEOs, like everyone and their mother is unfortunately on LinkedIn. So that is where you have to be posting your content. Also, to a blog helps. I actually started posting on Medium, which Medium is a write-up blog hosting platform. It's free to sign up. You just create an account, start posting your CTF write-ups, your projects, anything on Medium. Post about it on LinkedIn. Say, hey, here's this project. Here's the link to my blog. Things like that. Another thing you need to do, and what I would do if I could start all over again, is network more. Network online, on Discord, at conferences. Literally network your ass off. Network like your job depends on it, because it literally does. I have never gotten a single job by applying, and has always been through either online networking, social media, referrals, in-person networking. Like, literally, it has all been through human connection. So that is a must when trying to get a job in cybersecurity. Literally, like, DEF CON, that's a big one, but I think it's the best. Your local B-sides, like literally any way you can get out, network with people, talk about what you're passionate about, make connections. Like, that's gonna take you farther than any resume. If I had to start all over, starting cybersecurity from scratch, I would post everything I was doing, focus more on actual skills that will help me get into cybersecurity, not focusing too much on pen testing, red teaming, things like that, because that's not very practical when you're trying to get in. I would focus more on help desk, M365 administration, Windows hardening, Windows security, AD security, things like that, to prove that you know security. You can be kind of like a sysadmin, and then from there, work your way up to more of a cybersecurity focused role. And networking, again, very important. Network as much as possible. Put yourself out there, because you never know who might see your stuff. Anyways, that is it for the video. Make sure to like, subscribe, punch all the buttons in the face, and I will see you in the next one.